Alright, hello again, my fellow slime hunters. So today I'm going to put out a quick guide on the Ultimate Master. Now, when you start the beginning of the game, you're obviously not Ultimate Master yet. You're actually like the regular warrior or whatever it is when you first start out. Excuse me. And then once you hit 150, you get the option between Ultimate Master and Hydra. And we're going to be talking about the first one today. So, something very important, right? Sorry. Something very important to talk about is the passive Death Sword. Now, look at it here, right? It says upon activating a critical strike, there's a 64% chance. Now, when you first start, I believe that chance is way lower, but as it goes on, it starts to get higher with all your passives and stuff. So basically, if you like a bunch of flying swords coming out of the sky, this class is for you. Also, another thing to note, this is a warrior burst damage class, so it's very heavily dependent on its skills dealing damage for him. So let's take a look at the skill 1 category. I'll make this very quick and simple. Now, if you're first starting out and you don't have a lot of skill points, feel free to unlock all the skills. However, you don't have to heavily invest into, honestly, any of the first skills at all. You could get extra EXP, but that's really up to you. You could get... Sorry, excuse me, wow. You could also get this one, but the only reason I maxed this one out is because I had a lot of extra skill points. So don't worry about this too much. But let's think about this realistically here. If you're going to max anything in skill 1, just go for Experienced Adventurer. Skill 2, Fatal Power if you need the extra crit, which you probably do need. Chain Explosion, very good skill. 9 explosions across your screen, and for each, increases damage by 66% for each level after the 4th class change. So, some people also were asking me this, what does that even mean? The 4th class change comes at 150. Now, if you don't class change before then, you still get the 66%. After 150. Let's say you can't class change to like 200. It's not like you're only starting your 66% at level 200 and beyond. You're starting the extra 66% as soon as you hit skill 4, starting at the 150 mark, because that's where you technically would be changing your skill. So this 9,000%, add a little bit more onto that per level after 150. Really nice. And this is going to be your key damage dealer. Final Blow. It says a bunch of things, yada. Here's what it is, really. It's an auto proc, sword falling from the sky. Every time you use a skill, every time you auto attack, just think of it as more damage coming from the sky. The hit for a large was that whopping 14,500%. Skill 3, piercing damage focus if you have the skill points to do so. If not, honestly, the only one you need to max out is Mangled. This is just another one of those skills. Oh, wow, I'm sorry. I don't have my effects on. Turn those on. There's Mangled. There's Chain Explosion. Mangled is just another one of those skills that you're going to have. It's not huge on the damage. I use it for proccing everything else in the 4th skill slot. Now, 4th skill slot, I'm not sure. Well, I am sure, because a lot of new people, because you say, oh, don't max this, don't max that, max this, max that. Once you get to the 4th skill tree, for any class, you're going to want to max out all your passives and all your actives. Now, in terms of what you should max out first, let's take a look at what they do, alright? So this says additional attack. Consumes MP to create an explosion to deal, an extra 6,000% enemies upon ultimate critical hit. And the ultimate critical hit is the sword falling from the sky. Now this increases the final blow. No, wait. Critical hit. Ultimate critical hit. I guess that's what they're just calling critical hits. It's just the critical hits on the Ultimate Master are way higher damage dealing wise. Enhance your flying blow. That's about your swords. This is enhancing the ultimate critical hit rate much further. And if you're confused on what a ultimate critical hit is. Chance of Warrior's basic critical hit. Critical hits do 200% additional damage, not 150%, which I guess was the beginning. Basically, an ultimate critical hit was this. Upon ultimate, there's a 5% chance to... So I guess an ultimate critical hit is like a much stronger critical hit, because this is like the only class that does that. But anyway, let's get back to the fourth. Really, what you're going to want to focus on with this class is just skill proccing and your final blow chains. So you're going to want to max all these, right? So in order, I'd say go for critical shot. Then, go for enhanced final blow first. And then after that, really, I don't think it really matters too much, but you can follow along, I guess, with additional attack, ultimate piercing slice, ultimate mastery, and or critical shot, doesn't matter the order. And then ultimate stun last, because it does a huge amount of damage, but you see how low the chance it is for it to proc. So, and you see the long cooldown times on these, right? So the reason why these are long is because these are really good skills, right? But let's go here, right? So, with all of my procs and everything at a high percentage, right? Let's go here. Let's just hit one skill. All right, nothing there. Let's go ahead and use Sweeper. Use another skill. So you see that spinning skill there that's coming out? That is your ultimate piercing slice. Now wait, why is it coming out? I thought it was 180 seconds. There is a 3.5% chance for it to come out without any condition whatsoever. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my character on auto battle for a second here. And the large shell that just came up in front of the screen is your ultimate stun, which is, I mean, it's a really good map clearer. But, I mean, you got everything else clearing the map anyway, so it's not like it's going to be there, like, as your main damage dealer. And the proc percentage is just so very low. Alright, so sometimes the swords can get, like, really crazy. Especially on mobs that don't get one-shot. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it from skills 1 through 4. Let's look at the additional skills. So, excuse me. So what I tell people is go for the first skill and max that out. So upon final blow, there's a 100% chance to deal 2 additional final blows. So basically, that's what these crossing swords are that happen. Let's see if we can get a couple. Yeah, those crossing swords, that is an additional final blow that happens. And let's go to a little tougher map here, see how crazy the proccing can get. So yeah, I mean, this class was, the warrior was made for Ultimate Master, really. I mean, it's just a bunch of swords out of the sky. It's a really fun class. I mean, you got all your skills just do an insane amount of damage. Not to say that there aren't other classes that don't do insane amounts of damage. But the ultimate class, like the Ultimate Master, if you're having a hard time choosing between Ultimate Master and Hydra, let's say, your Ultimate Master is definitely the map clearer, for sure. Hands down, better than Hydra at map clearing. But Hydra is going to be the boss damage dealer, and the guide for that will come out later. So that's pretty much the skills for Ultimate Master. Once you get to this additional area, I'd max this first. Then I would personally go for Final Blow for additional crit damage. Enhanced Reinforcement, I don't have it unlocked on here because this is more of a new thinking thing for me, because this is an old character. And Ultimate Extension, you could go for this if you'd like. I personally did it on another character, and I don't believe you need this if you already have max Ignore Defense. And let's talk about the gear real quick. So, again, because the Ultimate Master specializes in skill damage, you're going to want to get any armor set with the spell attribute. Now, I have a gold-rich armor set, which is really nice, but in hindsight, you're going to want to build a legendary helmet first, or I'm sorry, a legendary helmet, shoes, cape, yada yada first, and try to go for the spell attribute. once you got yourself a nice little set there for the spell attribute of legendary, you can move your way up to gold rich. When it comes to the accessories, I recently put this one on my Ultimate Master. Seems to be working out pretty well. Again, Divine's accessory and Witch accessory is up to personal preference. The Divine set stuns the highest HP target every second, or I'm sorry, let's look at that. Was it every for 2 seconds? Yeah, it seems like the proc chance, let's see. I guess there's just a 25% chance. There's really no time limit, I assume, but it's a 25% chance to stun one monster. Now, that's not to say that it can't happen multiple times, because it is more of a set percentage chance rather than it's time based and then also being a set percentage chance. But anyway, when you get your accessories, just make sure that they are the dark attribute. Now, this is a horrible example. These are all magic because I crafted these. But darkness for more boss damage, evasion rate, ignore defense, stuff like that. So, yeah. And obviously, your weapon is going to want to be Harvest, especially if you already have a Zeus weapon. If you don't have a Zeus weapon, that's totally fine. Your skill procking should be enough to hit all the monsters on the map anyway. But if you're having a hard time with the skill procking, then you can definitely go for a Sonic attribute weapon. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helped. Any questions, comments, or concerns, just go ahead and ask them in the comments. I will try my best to answer them, but honestly, I answer questions way faster on the Discord server. So please, if you're interested in finding out more about the game, go ahead and join. Otherwise, have a good night, hunters.